All right, we're back, everybody. So I'm back with the lid, right? So I did the lid over and I actually created like an overlay, which is like this Fenty part here. So I gotta get lighting and color right. But the thing that I'm struggling with in real life, the bottle looks more this color versus that picture. So I think that's what's kind of throwing me off. So I'm trying to separate and not so much focus on the texture, the color just yet, because I'm gonna play with lighting. I know the background being blue is affecting the reflection and all of that. So we're going to dive into that in a later part of this video. But for now, we're back at the lid. We're back at the top. So if you remember before what it looked like, actually, let me save. I haven't saved this entire time. That's another thing. Save your files, because I have lost so many projects that way. It's unbelievable. Okay, so here we are with the new lid, but I just want to kind of break it down a little bit better. So we can go ahead and get out of this render mode just so we can kind of move about the viewport a lot easier. But if you notice here, I went ahead and changed the top, so we're getting more of a boxier look to the top, and I did kind of do some of the geometry to fit the way that the curvature of the top of the bottle is. It's not perfect, but I do think it's the closest I'm going to be able to get it. And if you guys have any ideas, recommendations that could make this even closer to the way that the bottle looks, definitely let me know in the comments. But for the most part, I am very satisfied with the transition of this top versus the other top. It's much thicker. It does have that flat front. I like the angle here. I did kind of keep it sharp. So basically what I did was I created the rectangle like you had seen, and then I attempted to do the base again, but I couldn't quite remember how I did the base. I know there was a lot of pulling of the vertices and things like that. I liked the base of the top in the previous object, so I basically just booleaned the top, the new top of the bottle, to the base of the old top. I just cut the top off the previous object and then booleaned and combined the new cube to the base. So that's where you kind of see this little lip here, and I don't think I mind that so much. I probably could smooth it out, but if I do shade smooth this item and this object in particular, see what it looks like? It kind of gives it too much of a too smooth. We don't want it soft and smooth like that. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to kind of leave it like that. And I'm thinking with the texturing and everything, this won't necessarily matter. We're not going to be looking under the bottle at any point. With that, I'm actually noticing that I didn't go in and fix the base portion of here. So I will kind of try to play around with that and see if I can get that more of a rounded edge versus that sharp edge. If you notice, the base of this is pretty rounded and then it goes sharp at the top. I'm actually going to grab this on the Z and pull it up. You can kind of see. You see how kind of rounded it is and nice? I want that to be for the top, and I'm just not quite sure why that's not happening. So I will play with that a little bit. I'm going to bring this up just so that it's right above the base there of the perfume bottle. But I am very happy with this shape. I think this is perfect for this particular project, especially for the practice. The Boolean, I mean, Booleans have always been a challenge for me, so the fact that it went pretty smoothly makes me very, very happy. If we go back to this view here, let's go back into rendered mode one more time. And I think it looks pretty good. And like I mentioned, I did create an overlay. Well, if you see here, it kind of looks like there is a plastic cylinder over top the gold perfume ejector, like the spray portion of the bottle. So I went ahead and created a duplicate of that portion. So I'm going to grab it on the Z, and you notice here it's just like another portion that I made a little bit larger to fit over top so that we can give it kind of that look. You can kind of tell that there are two layers to this and it's not just the one layer. So that's where that comes in, and then I'm going to play around with texturing. Next things next is to get the engraving of Fenty across or around the circumference of this portion to kind of give it that depth and dimension. And then we're also going to go right over top and just work on the design, the Fenty design. I think the base of the bottle is pretty solid. If anything, I may flatten this, make it a little bit wider, but comparing it to the actual bottle in my hand, this is pretty spot on. So I'm actually loving the base of this bottle. So now I just need to focus on shadows, getting a bit of a liquid on the inside, and then we're going to get this Fenty logo on here. On the actual Fenty bottle, the real perfume, the letters are not ingrained. They're actually kind of coming off of the bottle, and they are not backwards. They are forward. So it's Fenty, and then the N is backwards. So we're going to work on getting those letters or that logo right there, and then I'm going to work on doing the engraving over the top. It's like this really cool maze looking design, and I think that'll be really fun. So that's what we're going to do next part. I am going to cut the audio for now, and then I think what I will do is I'll maybe speak over the sped up portion of the video to kind of describe how I'm getting where I'm getting. But now we're just going to work on getting the Fenty logo to be in a circle. Maybe we'll use geometry nodes for it. That could be potentially really fun. And then we'll do the design on the top of the bottle as well. So I will see you guys shortly.